This is Full Game Prometheus giving you another full game of Madden Ultimate Team. Guys, I want to show you a couple new recent additions that I've actually added to my team. I don't think I actually let you guys know I had Bruce Matthews actually added to my left guard position. But this S. Long guy, actually I don't even know what his first name is. Obviously he's a Redskin, but he got a 92 overall. I actually been able to add that to my offensive line. On offense, I went ahead and used the battle-ready Trent Richardson and got rid of Paul. And with the money, I actually picked up Drew Brees. Now, I have played against this 90 Drew Brees, and I've picked him off a lot, so I don't necessarily know how good of a Drew Brees this is, but his play recognition is really, really good. So my assumption, because he's got high play recognition, basically pass action or awareness and stuff like that, he's going to essentially go ahead and get me. He's not going to get sacked a lot. I'll be able to get rid of the ball based on that. Not a very good strong arm. He's only got 90 strength, but 94 with short and medium accuracy, and that's where I really like to put the ball. I don't really bomb it deep. It's not something I necessarily do. Now, another big acquisition. I've been eyeballing Brandon Marshall for quite a long time. Big body wide receiver, and you can see catch in traffic 93, catch 91, speed 88. He's not the fastest receiver, but if you look at the size, a nice big body, run block, route of 86. So he's fairly comparable. He's definitely going to be better than the other guys that I have on my team, such as Deshaun Jackson, because Jackson can never hold on to a ball. It just really doesn't work too well for me. So these are a couple of guys I've actually picked up on offense. On defense, pretty much the same thing. The biggest acquisition I picked up is Kraus on the strong safety side with a 94, and I still got Amos in the free safety position, but I need to go and upgrade my defense dramatically if I'm going to start playing a lot of these God squads. So being very humbled right now in the top 5% in Madden Ultimate Team. I'm assuming what's going to happen is that basically I'll probably, if I don't get into the playoffs, I might actually get dropped down to a lower bracket, and that's not necessarily going to be good gameplay. So if that happens, if that does transpire, I'll probably just jump into a live stream and try to grind out those games over a span of period of time. So once again, getting just very humbling right now. I'm actually playing a lot better opponents, a lot better players. You can see I picked up 3 victories, and 2 of my victories actually were rage quits. So really, when it's all said and done, I'm really 1-3 right now. So I feel like I've got more of a losing record. Now, I've went ahead and actually added to my Gun Ace Twins office. I've made a couple adjustments to try to go ahead and get that taken care of. And Gun Snugs, I tried to develop a scheme that I can use. One other thing I'm going to go ahead and jump into is a nickel double A gap. In particular, I've got a base play, which is the Will 3 Blitz that I'm going to use as a base play for just coverage. And I also have got some hot blitzes that I can use to go ahead and sack my opponent if he starts getting used to the coverage. So let's go ahead and jump into a gameplay and see how things work out. All right, so I'm going to go against tbang13. There's my team. And this guy's got a God squad. Look at that, Conklin, 99.99. He's got the 95 Matt Stafford, so he's definitely got really good players. And we're both playing with the Arizona playbook. I'm getting the ball at the very kickoff. His icon is 666, so this guy must be with the devil. What I don't like about having similar uniforms is just it makes it harder to go ahead and make reads. So that's one of the inconsistencies and problems with that. All right, so based on our offense, we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to jump into the Gun Ace Twins right now, just try to establish this formation, and I might jump into other formations from there. So my base play is always going to be the posts, and what I'm going to do is in my outside tight end number 2, I'm going to put him on an out route just because I like the depth on the way it beats man coverage. So we're going to go into post right here. And Olsen's able to go ahead and do that. And let's see if this guy jumps into cover 2. Cover 2 sink. So that's one thing to remember right now. So I'm going to go into play action fork. And I got to go ahead and take that underneath route, make him defend it. Able to pick up some pretty easy yards with the little out route. And I think he won't stay back in sync. So he went into cover 2 sink. So this guy's going to be a cover 2 spammer. So let's just go ahead and just attack him with cover 2 beaters. There you go. So that's what I do like about the little circle route. If he tries to go ahead and take out another route, I can actually just come right back to it again. So he stayed in cover 2 sink. Let's go into snugs. And we're going to come out of bench as our base play. There we go. So Wallace is able to go ahead and pick up some yards for me right there in bench, and I think he's probably in sync. Once again, he's still in sync, and I'm just popping him underneath. I'm going to go into Z spot here. And flat was just wide open, 5 for 5 with Drew Brees, and he's just sitting in that sink. And I'm just so tempted to do something different against this guy. There we go. So there's my new acquisition, Marshall. He's able to come up big right there with a nice little completion over the middle. He went into tamper 2, so he switched up his defense now. Let's see if we can hit him with skinny posts. Oh, I threw right into coverage. I actually forced the ball in there. That was just a bad decision right there. So he stayed in cover 2 sink. That's why I didn't take the levels up. Man, that was a bad decision. Bad decision. Good play by him. And I just forced the ball in. So we're going to go into the Will 3 Buzz. And nice play right there by Collins to stop his run. He wanted a strong power. And this guy's just a spammer. He just spams plays. There you go. And able to go to get a fumble sack right there with the double edge pressure. He sent his guys out, went to the wide receiver corner, and I'm able to go ahead and get a nice little stop. So let's just go ahead and pound this guy with a fullback dive. There we go. So Olsen's able to go and hit the seam right there. And I think he came and he had a blitzer guy going off, and he had to manually take that away, and I was able to go ahead and get a nice play right there. So we're going to go back to the Z spot. And that flat is just wide open. Look at Richardson breaking some tackles for me. Just working the field, working the ball down the field against this guy. I'm going to hurry up. And probably should have waited a little bit on that. Going to go into post here. And I just threw right into coverage right there. So I was going to do the little out route right there, and it just didn't work out exactly the way I wanted it to. So we're going to do smash. There you go. So Marshall's able to come up with a nice interception or a nice pick right there for a touchdown against my opponent. This he's good, and he's just sitting in his cover. He's sitting in the cover 2 sink. He's not really mixing up his defense, and he's just waiting for me to make mistakes, and I already have. All right, so I got my opponent down to the 21-yard line. I'm going to go ahead and stay in that nickel defense. And we're going to flip our outside linebacker, so I just get a little bit faster pressure off the right side. God damn it. Got lost up in the colors of these uniforms. So he just stays with this guy. This guy knows what he's doing. He's just staying in one formation only. Oh, that should have been picked off. He just threw it right to me. There we go. So just staying back with that run. And it just does a little full dive right there, QB stop dive. I didn't actually have any kind of defense set up for it. Oh, I should have caught that! Come on, I threw it right to me! Oh, what a lucky break. What a huge break, that guy. I actually fell into it. I was holding my controller. That was a good play. And the game just lagged out on me. Just lagged out on me right there. I don't know what transpired with that, but it totally lagged out, and now the game is actually acting real funny with me. That should have been picked off. That totally should have been picked off. He threw once again into coverage. So this guy's not making the right reads. He's throwing into coverage. So this guy definitely lives and dies by just a very simple scheme. And just basically getting away with some just crap. There you go. Collins pays dividends, and did I get a safety? Nope, I got it out to the 20-yard line, so I got lucky on that. Good defense right there in the end zone. He's backing everybody off. And I just was throwing it up for grabs. Smart enough to go into man coverage in this type of situation. That's not a bad decision. And a garbage interception and just threw the ball up, but he was actually back in man coverage. I could have got picked off real close to the end zone right there. So tbang13 kicking off to him, actually up by a score. So I'm actually in the driver's seat right now because he came up short with his drive. He's having a hard time with my defense, so that's a good sign. But he doesn't necessarily have a very complex scheme either. But you know, you can be very, very good with a uncomplex scheme. Wow, he's just throwing into double coverage. This guy's just throwing into double coverage. I'm actually there with my user and actually taking that read. All right, so a good read right there. Got him in the sack. Dual edge pressure right there. 4th and 16 situation. He's going to go for it. There you go. So nice tip swat right there to go ahead, and I think I'm going to get this guy to quit out. tbang13. And he quits out. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a victory against this guy. He actually had a fairly simple scheme. He wasn't that bad of a player, but no patience to play against someone that actually has just maybe a good skill set. So that's actually kind of surprising that he quit out like that. But I wish these wouldn't be quit out. So I wish these games would go down the line. But that was a pretty good game. So to my subscribers, I really appreciate the support. Hope you guys enjoy this. Once again, a few different formations. I jumped into that gun ace twin offset. Then also the nickel double A gap. You seem to have some serious problems with that particular formation. Maybe just because it was a good matchup against the plays he likes to pick. So once again, to my subscribers, I appreciate the support. And until next time.